Hello and welcome back to our guided playthrough of Phoenix Point. There's a few things that we need to get done in the next few videos, one of which is taking out this Pandoran lair that we have over here, looks like somewhere around Egypt, and we've also got quite a few places that we need to grab over here in Northeast Asia, so we'll be working on getting some of those done. And yeah, we'll just sort of work our way back to the west. We have a few story missions and things that we would like to do. We are going to wait until our primary team in Manticore 1 are fully healed up. Not Manticore 1, sorry. This is our primary team in Thunderbird 2. Our secondary team in Manticore 1, we're going to wait until they've healed up, and they're going to go back and hit that lair. And we're going to use our primary team that is over here in Thunderbird to go around and start checking out these points of interest over on this side of the map while we wait for some healing to go on. We're doing a little bit of manufacturing. We're working on a turret, and we don't really have an awful lot that we need to manufacture after that. We could go ahead and get some vehicles. We could get a scarab. We've certainly got the resources for it, but I don't think we need to rush into that. I think most of our team at the moment is pretty well armed. So there's nothing that I desperately want to build to replace anything. We could definitely do with some more Odin grenades, and they are relatively cheap. I do use explosives a lot, so getting some is not a bad idea. We've got plenty of medkits in stock, so I think that's fine as is. So let's go ahead and explore these points of interest here. Another one's just popped up there, actually. We could have grabbed that one. We've found nothing at this site. Let's go back up and grab these ones that are all closer together up here. Oh, there's quite a few of them, actually. So we'll explore this one. Okay, now we're working on those grenades. So, Limpet Surge Exploration Site. Our operatives have discovered a military depot that could hold highly valuable supplies for our cause. However, the building is overgrown with enormous mutated purple limpets, and they appear to be multiplying exponentially. The facility will soon be covered in so many layers of limpets that drilling through their shells will be nigh on impossible. So we can spend 20 tech and 30 materials. Yeah, let's give that a go. And we get some purification grenades out of that. That's quite nice. Soldiers lose some stamina. A little bit might be a decent trade-off. I mean, if we certainly wanted to build these things, it would cost us more than what we just spent. The process is boring and cumbersome, but eventually our operatives manage to break through and recover the military equipment. Humanity 1, Limpets 0. Let's go ahead and grab this one over here. So if you remember, the reason we started this area scan is we wanted to try and see if we got any sort of nodes in between that we can use to jump over to Alaska and then into North America, well, into Canada, and then get down into North America to start doing these other sites that we have. But we could get across there with the Manticore. The Thunderbird doesn't have the range. So that's why we are doing this area scan. We've already found a few points up here, so it was definitely worth doing that. And we have ourselves a scavenging site against the pure. We've done quite a few scavenging sites recently, but I actually quite enjoy them. And I'm going to jump straight into this one. So here goes. So this may be one of the last opportunities that I actually get to do one of the scavenging sites in their current form. If you've been keeping your eye on our social media channels, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on our website, reading our development blog, you'll be aware that we have, at the time of this video, just announced our Danforth update, which is coming out within the next couple of weeks. And that's going to see a significant change to scavenging sites. So first of all, instead of just one type of scavenging sites, they're actually going to be 3. There'll be one similar to the one now where you can recover materials and food and tech points. There will be a scavenging site where you have the potential to find a new recruit and bring them onto your forces. And there will also be scavenging sites where you can find and acquire a vehicle. So 3 types of scavenging sites. And we've also introduced a new map type, which is the overgrown plots. And the reason for that is we will have 2 tiers of scavenging sites. So the ones that you'll have in the early game will be using the same map set that we use for these ones. But then as you get later into the game, you'll get an event which will unlock the new type of scavenging sites. and they'll be on the new overgrown maps, and they will actually have better resources. They'll have harder enemies, but they'll have better resources. But the biggest change actually comes to this particular type of scavenging map. As they stand currently, you have all of these containers around the map that contain things like food and materials, and essentially the enemy is trying to destroy them. And for you to save them, you basically have to wipe out the enemies on the map. Now, in the new scavenging sites, the way this change is going to work is that you will have essentially infinite enemy reinforcements coming onto the map. What you will have to do is go around to crates, and like these crates here, and as well as them having in weapons and equipment, they will also have resources. You'll be able to pick those resources up, put them in your inventory, and then evacuate from the map. The longer you stick around, the more resources you'll have a chance to get, but the greater the risk because more enemies will enter the map. Now, I have been looking on the forums and the subreddit, and I have noticed that some people have said they don't really like missions with infinite reinforcements, but this is to improve mission variety. It's too easy to end up with a lot of missions that all essentially work out the same: kill all the enemies, regardless of whether the particular mission objective is to protect civilians on a map, or to recover something from the map, or interact with something on the map. Most of those objectives are rendered completely mute and pointless if you can just kill all the enemies, because then, well, you don't really have any challenge remaining. So we wanted to have at least a couple of mission types where there are infinite reinforcements, because it gives you a different challenge. Instead of being able to just camp in a corner and let all of the enemy come and kill themselves by running into your Overwatch, we have a couple of mission types, so the new scavenging missions and the lairs, where you are essentially pushed to move forwards. So that's the reason that we are making that change. I know some people are a little bit skeptical about it and a little bit concerned, but I would urge everyone to wait and see and have a play, because I actually think it's going to be quite fun, and it'll be nice to have something a little bit different to do. So without further ado, let us move forwards and we'll see if we can find any enemies on here. Haven't spotted any yet. We do have some buildings around, so we've got to be a little bit careful. Would be nice if we could get up to some high ground. We could go ahead and use our heavy to jet jump up onto this nice high point.
Let's get this done.
Hopefully that will at least give us a better view of the map. We might find out where their initial forces are. So we've spotted a couple of enemies. In fact, we've actually got, and this is quite nasty, 2 armadillos. That is going to be tricky. Now remember, we have come up against armadillos before, and what we did was just take out their turrets. With their turrets taken out, they actually can't hurt us. So that was a very good reason for them to back up and leave us alone. Now, I'm not just going to assume that they're the only enemies on the map. I hope they are, but I'm not going to assume that. So I will go and sort of spread people out, reposition them, allow those things to come towards me. And there we go. We have actually spotted a heavy. He's quite a distance away, so I don't think he's going to be a huge problem. And in fact, I'm going to... I think I'm actually going to leave the sniper here. He can't take a shot from there anyway. Even if we used quick aim, we wouldn't be able to take a shot because I'd already moved too far. So let's leave our sniper there. Now, we do have a second sniper in this squad. I don't think he's really going to be able to get anywhere where he can actually get a shot in, unfortunately, on that heavy. We could potentially try and get a shot in from over here. It is very risky. Just trying to find a good spot where we might actually have a decent chance to hit, but also be in some cover. Let's move over to this space. And we'll do what we can. So we'll use a quick aim. And we'll see if we can actually hit him. Yeah, so he's kind of hidden behind a rock. But we did disable his arm in the first shot, so I am going to call that a win. This is our technician. So we've got to be a little bit careful with you, but you've got some good cover over there. At the moment, I'm more worried about those armadillos than anything. And let's push forwards a little with our berserker. Now, there is the possibility that there is something over on this side of the map. I guess we'll find out, I suppose. Let's go and end the turn then, as everybody has moved, and see what these guys do. So you've actually now spotted where I am. Obviously at this point he's just running because he's got no weapon that he can use. So where are the armadillos going to go? That is some pro level driving there. They've gone and parked next to each other. I'm happy with that. I have had my heavy disoriented, which I'm not best pleased about. Because that means I can't go and use Boom Blast, which means I probably can't hit those things from here because they're too far away. So that the Pure have done me dirty there. Even if I move over here, and who actually did that disorient? They must have a technician somewhere that can see me. So yeah, there's no guarantee I'm going to hit that from there, so I'm not even going to bother trying to. We'll just leave those guys over there for now. We definitely want to try and take out this heavy if we can. So let's go ahead and move into this direction. It looks like he's actually got a... What is he carrying there? He's actually running around carrying a neuralizer. So we definitely want to deal with that. So let's go ahead and go for a strike. It says dazed, but I think dazed is a bit of an understatement for what just happened to him.
Be right there.
Let's see if we can get around this corner. Can we see anybody else? No. So I'm fairly confident that this corner of the map is clear. There may well be something over here. Like I said, our heavy did actually have something happen to him. Somebody used a disorientate on him. So someone is around. Now, I'm not going to try and take any shots from there. These things aren't currently aware of us, or at least I don't think they are aware of us. We could go ahead and drop a turret down with our technician. It's probably not a bad idea at this point, so let's just go ahead and throw a turret down. Turrets are also getting a change in the Danforth update. You can take manual control of them at the moment with an ability, but turrets and spider drones will have a permanent manual control. At least it definitely applies to the spider drones. I need to double check on the turret, but as long as there's a technician alive, you'll be able to take manual control over that. So let's go ahead and move forwards with the assault. We can't get upstairs because these stairs have been destroyed. But we are going to start trying to move forwards. Ideally, we want to have a good overview of the battlefield. We want to know where all of the enemies are. So let's just try and get some people into better positions. I'm not sure that our snipers could do an awful lot against these things. We can't do a lot of damage to them. We could try and hit the turret, but we're not going to do a lot of damage from this distance, even if we hit with a couple of shots. So it'd actually be more beneficial just to try and get into better positions, get a little bit closer. And that's everybody moved. We could move the heavy closer, but I'd really like to know, there's got to be a technician somewhere on this map. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Oh, well done. You've just driven into an explosive barrel and done yourself some damage. So I'm fine with that. Now, unfortunately, these armadillos do have quite a high damage output, which means it's really easy for them to go and destroy stuff. Okay, so our turret has taken some shots. 30 armor shred. That was well worth it. We have spotted a heavy over here, actually. That's not somebody that I was expecting to see. If we go ahead and use several quick aims here, we can get multiple shots in against this guy, and I think we need to sort of try and take him out if we can. Gonna go for the head where possible. Disabled the head already. Do I want to... I don't even think I'm going to bother with another... No, we'll just take a normal shot. It should be enough to finish him off. And it wasn't. Now I really wish I'd have done that. Should have aimed for the head. Actually, we can still do another quick aim and we can get one more shot in, so... Same result, just in a slightly different order. This should almost certainly be enough to finish him off. Excellent. Okay, one fewer heavies to worry about. So there might be... I'm still convinced that somewhere there is a technician. I just don't know where it is. So you possibly have a shot now then. Our heavy. Let's have a look at our heavy's position first. Can you hit them with a grenade? I think they've moved even further away. Again, you've been dazed, so you can't actually use Boom Blast, which would give us the extra range that we needed to be able to hit those. So that is a little unfortunate. Let's have a look with our sniper. It would be really nice if we could disable these turrets. Now, we have alerted it. So they are now both alerted. We could go ahead. You've got 6 of 9 will points. If we use this, we'd need to use it twice to get an extra shot in. So it's not worth trying to do that right now. You don't have a good shot at that thing from there. You can actually see the second one. We can try and hit the turret. And we did. We've actually disabled the turret there. That was a very good shot. Okay, so we've disabled the turret on one of them. He will probably bug out now, and we just need to deal with this one here. That is a great start. So given that they're both alerted, there isn't really any reason not to try and shoot at both of them. We can't see the other one with you. But I think it's probably still good enough to keep an overwatch on. The technician, I think, is probably fine where he is. I want to keep him out of the way of that turret. Let's consider moving you forwards a little. We do need to try and find out where the pure technician is. I'm convinced that there must be one on the map there. And let's go and have a little bit of an exploration with our berserker. I don't want to be too reckless with him, because I know there might be something else on the map. So our heavy's the only one who hasn't moved. And I'm just literally going to save him if we stop getting disorientated. Yeah, that armadillo's leaving, as expected. Looks like there might be something over there. These pure drivers really aren't very good. Took a shot with a shotgun. Well, that didn't do a lot for us. Our turret's going to take a shot. Ah, that was some decent damage done there. Well, we might as well go ahead and use the heavy, right? So I'm not even going to use the Boom Blast here. I'm just going to go and drop a grenade straight on from the top. Disabled another tire. Now let's go ahead and see if we can just take the turret out, because with the turret disabled, he will have no way to attack us. This is definitely going to hit. Decent amount of damage to the turret. We've got our other sniper here as well. Can we take it out with one more shot? There we go. We've damaged it, but not disabled. No, it is disabled. It is disabled. So we should be fine. Just to make sure, let's go ahead and use our other assault. Yeah, we can see now that it is disabled, so that's fine. We don't really have to worry about you. We'll just fire some shots into you just to annoy you. Actually, we managed to blow up the entire armadillo. That one's not going to escape. There is an enemy over here. Interesting. I pretty much figured that there would be another one somewhere.
I'm on the move.
Yet I cannot currently see them. Even if I move into here, can we see them? Interesting. What have we got here? We've got a Cyclops magazine and a quiver. Pick them up while I'm here. May as well. Strange that I don't actually see any enemy over here. I'm going to go back around this corner then. It's like we heard something in there, but I don't know what it was. Anyway, we've still got a few people that we could move out with.
Moving now.
So we're just going to have a little bit of an explore. So in these missions, in scavenging sites, anything once you clear the mission gets picked up automatically. So stuff that's been dropped on the ground and stuff from the crates. But with the new scavenging missions, because you're going to have to evacuate, you are going to need to pick stuff up and carry it with you. Now, this is actually a good thing because it means you're not going to end up with your stores full of lots of random junk that you never use, that you just end up trading for petty resources anyway. So it is going to make resource collection more interesting in that regard. Let's go ahead and try and move some people up. Who do we have remaining? Very few points on anybody, so let's just go and end the turn. Yeah, there's definitely still something here that we haven't found. So let's go and see if we can spot them. Still nothing. That's interesting.
Standing by.
Let's go move upstairs with the berserker. Okay, nobody spotted yet. Interesting. Right, okay. Let's go and take our full willpower heavy. How far can we jet jump you? I can't quite get over there. I'd love to be able to, but you can't quite make it. So instead, I'm just going to get him to run down and we'll jet jump up on the next turn if we need to. There's nothing on the destroyed vehicle, so we don't have to worry about that. And let's just start moving forwards with some of our assaults. Whoever's left, we will find them. Ah, we have somebody over there. I thought I heard somebody moving around at the back there. Let's move you into a better position. Can't spot anything yet. Definitely gives us a good reason to start trying to move up with our snipers.
Prioritizing speed.
So you might think that there weren't that many enemies on the map, and that is because they had 2 armadillos.
Moving fast.
So on each of these missions, depending on the difficulty and depending on how far through the game you are, every mission has a sort of a maximum amount of points that the enemies are allowed to spend on deployment, and obviously things that are more dangerous, more highly evolved, things that have better weapons usually have a higher cost. So, you know, you might end up with a mission that has 10 assaults on it, but you're not going to get a mission that has 10 armadillos on it. Let's keep you in safety. Obviously, that will change on maps that have infinite reinforcements, but this still doesn't mean you're just going to see armadillo after armadillo. So we still could move a little bit further forward with the heavy. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's end the turn. Maybe that last enemy will present itself to us. And it's actually another heavy. That was a hell cannon. It was a very long shot. Luckily for us, he actually missed. But we know where he is, and that is great for us. So our heavy's quite far away there. Boom Blast doesn't cost us an action point. I'm going to move over here with my heavy. I am going to pop a Boom Blast and get ready to fire a grenade. We should be able to easily reach this. And I'm not expecting this to be a kill, but what I'm hoping that we get here is taking out some of his cover. Yep, that's exactly what happened. That some of the wall has gone now. We've got a much better chance of hitting him. Our snipers are probably still too far away. Actually not. You've got a pretty decent shot there. Could have potentially taken a second shot. We were at full willpower, but that's okay. We have another sniper. You're also at full willpower. We'll do a double quick aim with you, so you'll get 2 shots.
Ready to fire.
You've got a slightly better angle, so more chance of you being able to hit the mark. So again, another quick aim. Another shot. And that might be the last enemy. Yep, it is. There we go. The mission is over. That was a particularly good mission. We didn't get any level ups on anybody there, but we only lost 1 crate and nobody took any damage. Those are the missions we like, because that means we can just go straight on to the next. There we go. So we recovered 300 materials and 100 food. Not that we had a shortage of that. We recovered a med kit, even though we didn't even use any on that particular mission. So that's a net gain. And some of the bits and pieces as well. The ODI is still only at 14%, so we've got plenty of time to go. We're making a decent amount of food. That is all pretty good. And nobody is injured. Everybody's still got all of their equipment. Everybody's still got ammo. We've taken a little bit of fatigue, but we can easily hit some of these other missions without having to worry about heading back. Our other aircraft here, everybody has now recovered. we are still trying to build up that third team. We do have a level up here, actually. We're trying to build up that third team. We only have 4 people. We want to have at least 6. So we'll try and grab a couple more. We have an assault. We have 2 technicians. We are missing a sniper. So we may want to go and move to somewhere we could grab a sniper. There was one up here. Yep, there's one up here from New Jericho. I do quite like the New Jericho snipers because I like the New Jericho sniper rifle anyway. So we might go up and try and grab that one. There are a couple of points of interest. Well, there's at least one point of interest here that we need to hit. So it is worth for us going over here and grabbing that sniper. Yeah, there are a couple of points of interest. I knew there was at least 2 there. Wonderful. So there are a couple of other changes that will be coming in Danforth. If you've not seen them already, please go and head over to our website, which is phoenixpoint.info, and click on the news button up at the top. And if you look at our latest development blog, you will find all of the details of the major changes coming in Danforth. There's a lot of little bug fixes and little changes coming that aren't listed in there. There'll be a full patch notes list on the day when the update is actually released. Now, you'll be able to carry on playing your existing game. So if you're already in the middle of a campaign when the Danforth update comes out, that's absolutely fine. You can just continue on. It's not going to require a restart. However, and I feel the need to explain this one because it does sound a little bit complex and some people aren't quite understanding of how it's going to work out. Because we are making such huge changes to the way some of the missions work, if you have a save that is made during a mission, so a mid-mission save, that save will not be able to be loaded because the map that you are playing on will most likely be invalidated after the update. If this happens and you try and load a game that was saved in the middle of a mission, you will get an error message and the game will just send you back to the autosave before the mission started. So all you're essentially doing is if you've saved a game in the middle of a mission, you will lose any progress on that mission that you've made and you'll have to start the mission again, which obviously the map will be different because it'll be using the new deployment zones and the new map types. If your save game is on the geoscape, that's absolutely fine. It's not going to affect that at all. If your save is during a mission, it will just kick you back to the geoscape at the beginning of the mission. So what I would suggest, if there are any people who usually save in the middle of a mission, you'll notice I tend not to. I complete a mission in a single sitting and I make my saves in between on the geoscape, which I think a lot of people probably do. So if you are in the middle of a mission and you usually save in missions, what we would recommend is complete the mission and make a save on the geoscape, and then that way you won't lose the progress you have made. Hopefully we won't have to go through too many more videos before we can get onto the Danforth update, because I'm not playing with it myself at the moment, but it will be coming very, very soon. So thanks a lot for watching. We really hope you are still enjoying Phoenix Point, our Blood and Titanium playthrough, and a lot of the exciting changes that we are making in the coming months. And we look forward to seeing you on our next video. So thanks a lot and goodbye for now.